Jeff, Jim, and Carmela, part number 41. Carmela was now calling on all of her intellect to try and come up with an answer for what she and Jim should do. Carmela finally said, "We must contact him, Jim, and work this out, or it will drive us all crazy." Carmela hugged Jim and told him how crazy it was, that he was not jealous of Jeff, and I bet Jeff feels the same way. We should probably believe Jeff will not come into our life because he was on the sidelines during our phony escape from Turkey. This is probably an indication he will never contact us. Carmela and Jim stayed up late, talking in the living room. Jim knew the situation was having a predictable effect on Carmela. Carmela stopped talking, and her eyes were revealing her feelings, and she was continuously moving her hair away from her neck. The next day, when Jim took her Jaguar to have it serviced, Carmela called the Turkish ambassador in Washington and asked him if he could arrange for Mehmet to talk to her on the phone. The ambassador somewhat knew the story of Jeff, Jim, and Carmela and promised he would locate Mehmet and have him contact her. When Carmela hung up the telephone after talking to the ambassador, she knew she could finally bring this whole thing to a close. Carmela felt some remorse for trying to contact Jeff through Mehmet without telling Jim. She did not like the idea of keeping this a secret from Jim. By the time Jim had returned from the service station, Carmela had decided she should not keep the phone call to the Turkish ambassador a secret from Jim. So she explained how she had contacted the Turkish ambassador. Jim told Carmela he was sure if Mehmet was contacted by such a high-ranking Turkish official, Mehmet would be obligated to answer Carmela's questions. Now it was a waiting game, waiting to see if Mehmet would phone.